America and Babylon, they tell you what? The next man, you ain't no better than me. You put your drawers on like I do, your pants on like I do. So therefore, when you have that mentality, you ain't gonna think that a man can give you understanding of a higher spiritual level. Okay? You in the old spirit of your slave master, and that man got to look a certain way. Yeah. He got to have a tie. He got to call himself a Baptist or a Methodist or a Pentecostal or a Church of God in Christ or a Mormon. All right? You got to feel like he got to have that title. What are your credentials? Did you go to school for it? You don't believe that the Lord can divinely put the spirit on a man to tell you his word. Y'all don't believe that. But yet y'all say, I believe Apostle Paul. What happened to him? What school he went to? I know he went to the law. He learned on the Gamaliel. But to him to get the spiritual, the divination, he was knocked off what? A horse. Mm-hmm. On his way to what? Damascus. He was knocked off a horse. Okay? The same one that was beating the hell out of the Israelites, dragging you and putting you in jail, the Lord put him in a divine state to give you the message. He said, I speak through the prophets. Like he spoke through Peter and them. All these dudes was common dudes, man. Carpenters and fishermen. Them jobs where everybody ain't gonna take. Yep. You see what I'm saying? If Jake shoveling shit, you ain't gonna listen to him. He say, you know the angels gonna show up with your house shine one day. You just gonna look at him like, what you know? You shoveling shit.
Yeah. They gotta have a title. They gotta have a title.
But yet, Esau get up there with his tie, or the Jake who he didn't put to be your taskmaster and everything. You'll believe him. You'll believe him hook, line, and sinker. Because he got money. Yeah.
We got a title.
Yeah. Hey, you! I don't think they put no ticket on your car, did they? No, they don't see nothing on there.
That white thing, they call it this.
Is it white?
Yeah.
This white.
I can't get the break. I got a ticket the other day. I'm straight. You're a long suffering.
Let me pause this. We back. So yeah, we had the parking meter, man. Jake put a little tick down there, you know what I'm saying? One of them parking spots. You don't never see them down here, but then they come at the wrong time. But Jake said all we gotta do is call the number and say you paid, you got to keep the ticket. So you might, might say, man, I had it I didn't know it was my first time. I had it on the seat.
Yeah.
I had it in my pocket. I didn't know, so something like that. So all right, let's go back to the curses, because the Lord speaks through the prophets. He was speaking through Moses, okay, right here. All right. He spoke through Moses to the children of Israel. Go ahead.
Back to Deuteronomy.
It was in Hosea 12.
Yeah, we read that. Yeah, Deuteronomy 28.
This is book of Deuteronomy 28 and 17. It reads, "Cursed shalt thou be, thou basket and thou store."
So you see us, Jake don't own no super businesses. Your basket, right, can be your bank account. We don't have bank accounts like the Rothschilds, the DuPonts, the Gettys, and the Warburgs, and the Oppenheimers. We don't own Amazon. We don't own Google. Jake on what? A damn soul food place. Yeah. Selling weed. And he rent the building to cut hair in.
Lawn care?
Yeah, lawn care. That's it.
Doing barber. Being a barber.
And then you paying somebody for the building.
Yeah. Boutique. You get a boutique. You pay the people who own the building.
Go ahead.
It reads, verse 18, 17, cursed shall thy basket and thy store. Verse 18, cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land.
Fruit of your body is what your kids. The fruit of your land meaning what? We not gonna be able to. What we grow, we ain't gonna be able to eat it. What we build, we not gonna be able to stay in there. That's a curse on them. Okay, go ahead.
It reads, and the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Verse 19, cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out.
So when you come in, when you're going into this world, you're going into this wicked, sinful kingdom, you're going to be cursed. And when you go out, you're going to be cursed. Girls, when you go out, Esau and them will cut your body up and take your organs out. And then they'll embalm you with some chemicals to try to preserve you like the ancient Egyptians did. Let you know that they practice the same customs as the ancient Egyptians. When you go out, you're supposed to wrap somebody's body up, put certain oils on there, myrrh oils and frankincense, wrap the body up in a linen cloth and put it in the damn dirt. So it can, what they call decompose and go back to the earth, man. So the worms can eat it and shit you back into the earth, man. That's how you supposed to die. Go out. This is a curse. You go out. Esau lax your ass up. You look like a butcher that been on your ass. And they get done with your ass because they already know what stock you come from. So they want your heart. They want your lungs. You know what I'm saying? Kidney, everything. They want it. Okay? Go ahead and jump to jump to 27.
This book of Deuteronomy 28:27. It reads, the Lord Yahweh will smite thee with the botch of Egypt, and with the emeralds, and with the scab, and with the itch whereof thou canst not be healed.
So the Lord said, itch you can't even heal. Man, the Lord hit you with that botch, his boils, like he did Job. Lord have boils on your ass. You can't even sit down. A lot of people tell I had a boil on my ass before, but that motherfucker hurt. That's that curse, man. The Lord, he'll hit you with a bunch of them. He had Job, they was all over his body. And like, man, how can he put his clothes on, walk around, that shit rubbing and shit? Irritating. You got boils on your face, man, and your wife, you talking about, let me get a little bit of that. Your dick got boils on it, man. Motherfucker,
you dealing with her and shit.
You're not finna, she ain't gonna want that boily dick. Boily dick pass. Go ahead.
Verse 28. The Lord Yahweh shall smite thee with madness and blindness.
Madness means he gonna hit you with some your mental faculties gonna be off. We see it around here now. These homeless people, man, some of them minds so gone because they been on drugs. They just walking around, they don't know what's going on, man. They just walking, talking to themselves and shit, looking around. Motherfuckers barking and shit.
Man, for real.
Yeah, for real. Got them demons on them. 8 more then came and jumped on them, man.
Yep.
See what I mean?
Saving unclean spirit.
You know? But shit, if they probably got that one. If they ain't turned to the Lord and went back, then they got one. And if they get the word and then go back, they showed up, man, probably kill them.
Go ahead. It reads, in blindness and astonishment of heart. Verse 29, and thou shalt grope at...
Yeah, when you astonished, guess what? You don't believe what you see. Just like a lot of these people astonish their heart when they see us out here. You know, they can't believe. I just can't believe y'all are reading the Bible and saying that Jesus is the black. I just can't believe it. They looking around like it's astonishing. They can't believe it. You can't believe that. You think everybody's not supposed to be. I don't understand. You know you're not going to understand. Because the scripture said in Daniel 12, none of the wicked going to understand. So you're not supposed to understand. Go ahead.
That's spiritual discernment.
Verse 29, and thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in the darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man should save thee.
So ain't nobody gonna get you out of your conditions like this. The same thing is at the end of the chapter.
Yeah.
Okay? You just around here don't know what the fuck going on. everything you put your hand to, it ain't working. You know what I'm saying? Everything you put your hand to, it. I know people like that, man. I know people it's like, man, everything they trying to do, it ain't working for them. Then you look at the next man, he doing the same thing you're doing, and he making a damn good way of living off what he doing, and you and him doing the same thing. Because that's a curse, man. Okay? That's a curse upon you. All right?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
It reads, verse 30. It reads, thou shalt betroth thy wife, and another man shall lie with her.
You got a wife, another man gonna lie with her, man. You see how people doing that shit? Laying with other dudes, women. The Leviticus 20 and 10 tell you that's adultery. You're gonna be put to death for it. Esau did it, doing the transatlantic slave trade. Came on plantation, they were laying with our women. These are curses. Okay? They do it now. Hollywood, you go to Hollywood, it's always somebody there. That demon there has got you thinking the situation you in is another better situation. Then next thing you know, you done laid down and 5 months for them pop you for you to start in a damn cornflake commercial.
That's it. That's it. Every time you want to put something new.
Yeah.
Oh, we got this opposition.
Go ahead.
It reads, thou shalt build a house, and thou shalt not dwell therein.
See, you gonna build a house. You building a master house, you ain't gonna live in.
Like Issachar. Issachar be building up these houses and can't even afford to live in it himself.
Yep. Go ahead.
It reads, thou shalt plant a vineyard and shalt not gather the grapes thereof.
You're not gonna even be able to drink the beautiful grapes of your labor, fruits of your labor. As soon as you plant that shit, somebody else come in, ferment that shit. You out there tired the motherfucker, and they sit around drinking it.
Yep.
Hey, John, your best batch ever.
Yeah.
You outdid yourself this time.
I did.
When you gonna do another one?
You outdid yourself, buddy. And they sit down like you ain't drinking no more water. Dirty ass water. Yeah, you don't know what to do. Jump to 32.
Deuteronomy 28:32. It reads, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given into another people, and thine eyes shall look and fare with longing for them all the days long, and there shall be no might in thine hand.
See, on the chopping block, when they were separating the families, they sent your kids to Louisiana. Your mama stayed in Virginia. Your daddy was shipped off to Georgia. Okay? Even now, what they do, they grab your kids, separate them from the house, they put you in what's called prison. That's what they doing now. You gotta do prison terms now. They separating your families, taking your kids away from you. You can't enjoy your kids. The fruit of your loins. Curse be the fruit of your loins, man.
Yep.
You see that? Give me 35.
Deuteronomy 28:35.
These are curses that fall upon our people. Go ahead.
It reads,
And do you agree so far, or do you not agree?
right.
Are you listening, or you not? Were you born on this place, or you come from somewhere else? All right. Sounds like certain people to me.
Go ahead. Deuteronomy 28:35 reads, the Lord Yahweh shall smite thee in the knees and in the legs with a sore botch, and that cannot be healed from the sole of thy foot unto the top of thy head.
You go with Big Mama House right now. She got her toes up in the air. Boy, my feet hurt. My knees hurt. They always hurt.
They walking like,
They walk with them house shoes on. Baby, I can't get there quick enough.
Man.
The gravy burning, cut it out. They can't even get there. They toe up. Jake done messed up. Old Jake done worked all his life. His feet. He didn't took the shoes and cut the side of with a knife so his corns could stick out the side of them. Jake hurt his feet, killing him. They cut the heel out that boy. Bro, it's rough out here, man. Jake done following these curses, man. You think I'm lying, man? It's real, man. Y'all got old great granddaddy. Y'all done see it. Why your shoes cut on the side? You find out when your ass start playing ball and get older. You be letting that corn breathe a little bit. Old corn got that. Give me Jump up to what is it? 46.
46. In the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 46, it reads, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
A sign and a wonder, these curses. Until your house shall come back. Go ahead.
It reads, verse 47, because thou servest not the Lord Yahweh thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Verse 48, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord Yahweh shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things.
You got to go to Esau for everything.
Yep.
The Lord sent the Romans against us. That fourth beast spoken of in Daniel, man. That fourth beast, man, that dreadful beast, okay? Right? They sent them upon us, man. All right? And they still were thought on us. They the remnants of their old Roman Empire. They call it, this is the Renaissance. They still over us, man. This is still their ideology. This is still their way of life. Until your Heavenly Father sent His Son back to conquer and take their crown. So on Revelation 19 and 11. Go ahead.
Read, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed thee.
A yoke of iron slavery upon your neck. Okay? So we're going to be in subjection and the Lord destroying our people, man.
That's all over there.
Okay? You got some shit, they said, fuck it, I'm going to sell out. I'm going to lay down, goddamn. I'm going to go in that room, I'm going to lay down and do what you need me to do because I ain't gonna live like that. I'm tired of putting water in my cornflakes.
Real.
They want it
now.
They want almond milk. They want almond milk. It's a motherfucker. Tell me. They want the sausage, egg, and biscuit. From McDonald's, they don't even want it. At your house, it might not even look the same.
Okay.
Go ahead, jump to read on.
Deuteronomy 28 and 49. It reads, the Lord Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as an eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Verse 50.
Edomites, go ahead.
A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the persons of old, nor show favor to the young.
Persons of old that show favor to the young. And they got that from way back. What's your precept on that scripture right there?
49, Isaiah 5 and 26 through 30, Isaiah 7, 18 to 20, and Jeremiah 5 and 15, Jeremiah 48 and 40.
Oh, that's 50. You just read 50.
50. Second Chronicles 36 and 17.
Second Chronicles 36 and 17. Now I'm going to get that.
I'm going to read that again. Deuteronomy 28 and 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the persons of the old, nor show favor to the young.
36
and 17.
Go ahead, right there on right there. Look where your hand. Right here. 17.